Welcome to my latest battle report. The boys are back in town, but it's not Murphy's War, it's the Goths versus my Death Guard army, the end of all things. So we're fighting on this outpost world here, and we're playing a 2,000 point Tempest of War game. You'll notice the crisscross of diamonds in the center of the battlefield, because that's the deployment map that we drew. And we're playing priority targets. The way this works is there's 5 objectives down on the battle grid, and you get 5 points if you control an objective, 5 more points if you control more than your opponent. And that's it until the very end of the game. And at the end of the game, you get 5 more points each for every objective that you control. So actually, I like that one because it does benefit armies that go second. Having the opportunity to jump on objectives at the end of the game will allow a second place person to come back from behind, if indeed they are from behind. And then we're playing Secret Intel. Basically, you only get the CP every turn if your commander is on the battlefield and not inside a transport. You lose your Warlord, you don't get any more CP back. So 5 points for an objective, 10 points for more than your opponent. So it might only be 5, 5, 5 on the primaries as we go. A bit of a squidgy deployment zone with 9 inches in the middle. And all of this glorious terrain is from urbanmats.com. The battlefield is from urbanmats.com. This is the Badlands battle mat. It's my favourite battle mat. And all this scenery is the Badlands terrain. We welcome back Pixel Reaper. Say hi, Pixel Reaper.
Hi, Pixel Reaper.
From Dice and Daggers YouTube channel. So you're still filming, you're still putting some stuff up, one in the bank soon.
Yeah.
Cool. And Orks, why Orks?
They are just super fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Have you been playing with them much recently?
Yes, yeah.
So that means you've been having a lot of fun recently. And that's what this game is all about.
Yeah.
Fun and murder and death and exterminatus and nuns with guns destroying people and, well, not in this battle report.
And Daka.
And Daka.
And Daka.
More Daka.
More Daka.
So Daka will be flying all over the place. Plague and corruption will be spilling through these blasted streets. Let's go and have a look at these armies. This is bang on 2,000 points worth of Death Guard, the end of all things, my Death Guard warband. And today they'll be fearlessly led by my Demon Prince Fluffy. I've given him the Warp Insect Hive relic, which means he's going to reroll all hits and all wounds in close combat. The thing is getting in close combat. He's also got the Warlord trait, Rotten Constitution, so he's up to Toughness 7 instead of Toughness 6, and ignores AP -1 and AP -2, so hopefully he'll be sticking around a little bit longer. Had to pay a CP for that because I've also put a relic on the Foul Blight Spawn called Revolting Stench Vats. It's too good not to bring whenever you bring this guy. Basically, any enemy units within 6 inches cannot be selected to fight until all of my units have done so. That's a 6-inch aura. It's really, really strong. And also he's got his own ability on his data sheet, which is you pick an enemy unit within 3 inches and that unit fights last. So he's got a fight last and a preventing fight first. It's crazy good. Oh, Fluffy, I've given him Miasma of Pestilence in case my Malignant Plaguecaster dies, because he's going to have Miasma of Pestilence and Putrescent Vitality. Miasma of Pestilence is -1 to hit. In a game where it's all about hitting and wounding, I've asked this question a few times, what are the most powerful psychic spells you can bring? The most powerful ones are anything that improves or makes your ability to hit go up or down, or the ability to wound go up or down, or reroll wounds. If you've got any of those in your codexes, those are the ones you want to bring, because the whole game is balanced on hitting and wounding. The Foul Blight Spawn as well. I have upgraded his spurty thing to the Viscous Death, so instead of Strength 7, it's Strength 8. Won't come into much effect against Orks. But what it does do is it's a D6 auto-hitting thing, and you can re-roll the number of shots with the Viscous Death. And then 7s, the blessed number, apart from Poxwalkers, 2 units of 10 Poxwalkers. I've got 3 units of 7 Plague Marines, of course, and you can upgrade them for free now. So you've got Blight Launchers and Flails and Power Fists in there, oh my, and Plasma Guns. So I've taken full advantage of abusing that. I've got plenty of specialist Death Guard in my back passage over there on the shelves. So it's always good to break out all the toys that I normally can't get to play with. And you can only bring 1 special weapon per, well, 1 of each special weapon per unit of per 5 Plague Marines. So you can't load up 5 Plague Marines with a plasma, for example. But if you had a unit of 5 Plague Marines, you could give 1 a plasma, 1 a blight launcher, the champion a fist, another 1 a flail. You can mix and match quite well. 2 units of 7 Blight Lord Terminators. There are no blight launchers in this squad because they didn't have the points, and they're only 5 points. Maybe they should have. I didn't want to drop a couple of Poxwalkers. I've had to drop 2, and then I'd have had a big unit of 18, and then I could have put blight launchers over there. But I think 2 units of 10 Poxwalkers will be more useful for me. Just to screen or do smite screens or to flankish or to, I don't know, move block. They do move very slowly though. Oh, Death Guard, I didn't mention it. Death Guard, reduce all damage by 1. So the way to hurt Death Guard is to hit them with damage 1 stuff, because that negates their core rule, which is you reduce all damage by 1. They also have contagion range, which gets further and further out as the game continues, and contagion range reduces the toughness of enemy units of those caught in it. And also they ignore terrain, basically. They always move. They can never suffer negative terrain modifiers. They're always walking through a swamp. They're always walking through. If a unit of Plague Marines come across a rusty barricade, then it falls apart and crumbles to powder and they just pile through it. If they're slogging through a forest, then the trees snap and break and become withered as they just slog through it. They're never slowed down. I've got 1 unit of haulers there because, as you've noticed, there is not a lot of gun in this list. And 2 units of the shooty drones with the heavy blight launchers. Those are the strength 6 -3, 2 damage drones. For range, they're 36-inch range. So I needed some shooty in this list because I've dropped playing with the blight crawlers, the big tanks. Yes, they've got entropy cannons on, but if you fire indirectly now, it's now -1. And it's also -1 AP if you fire indirectly. And then with armor and contempt going around, you could be hitting people with big mortars from range. And if you hit Space Marines or the Leagues, then you're still hitting them at normal armor because armor and contempt plus the minuses. For firing indirectly. So some punch here with the Terminators, and the Plague Marines are relatively punchy, and of course Fluffy is relatively punchy, but lots of units to spread out all over the place. Slow list except for the fast attack units over here, which are shooting guns, though I could choose to deep strike in a unit of Terminators. I'm not sure, I'll have to think about it. Particularly as a slow, punchy list, facing the might of the Orks come charging toward you might be a little bit painful, particularly when the Orks have Ghazghkull Thraka. Right, let's go and have a look at the boys. Right, this is 1950 points worth of Orks, Pixel Reaper.
Yeah.
1950?
Yeah.
Not 1995, 1950.
Not even 97.
Okay. But you've got Thraka.
I've got Thraka.
So this is Goths. So Goths, 6s explode in close combat all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, so 6s to hit counts 2 hits. And there's a strat for Goths as well, where 5s to hit counts 2 hits, which is really, really nice. And then when they charge, they get an extra strength.
Yeah.
But not when they're charged.
Not when they're charged. We're not Space Marines.
No. But that's what Goths do. And you said you've got a Supreme Command attachment, because Gaz, and the Outrider one.
Yes.
So you dropped 3 CP already.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk us through what else you got?
Yeah, so as we said, we've got Gaz, and because I've got Gaz, in the same detachment we've got Diddy Makari, the true brains behind the Orks.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
He is.
He probably is. He survived being sat on by Gaz.
Yeah,
so,
quite a few times.
Fair few
Gaz
times.
is an absolute tank, though. He can't take more than 4 wounds per phase.
Yeah.
But you can target him because he starts off with more.
He starts off with 12.
Brilliant.
He's 12 wounds. He's got a 2-up save because he's in mega armor. And he's got 4-up invuln, so that should be good. And when Makari is next to him, Makari tries to use his good luck to help them avoid wounds. So he's got a 6-up, or 6 up feel no pain.
Okay. And Makari, doesn't he have a 3-up invuln or something?
He has a 2-up invuln.
2-up invuln.
However,
because he's so lucky.
Just like Archons of the Dark Eldar, the first time that he fails it, that goes away.
His luck runs out.
His luck runs out. He snaps his banner and he starts crying.
Warlord traits and relics on Gaz.
So Gaz, obviously he's a named character. His relics are inbuilt. But his Warlord trait is proper killy.
Of course he is.
Of course he's proper killy. Look at him, he's a big hulking beast.
Yeah.
So that means that he gets an extra attack and an extra pip of AP on his Fist of Gork.
Nice.
Claw of Gork.
And he does give out re-rolls. Not re-roll hit rolls of 1, but full re-rolls.
Full
to
re-rolls.
6 inches.
Yeah.
Is that core or all goth
So
stuff?
it's characters and core.
Characters and core.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, what else we got?
So, if we move next to it, we've got my weird boy there. He'll probably gain a name or something.
On a trike.
Yeah, he's on a unicycle. He's a bit of a mad old boy. So he has Fists of Gork and Warpath.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to be standing around Gaz throwing out Fists of Gork so he can be even more killy.
Yeah.
Even more killy than
He
before.
can only do 1 spell, right?
Unless he's next to 10 or more. 10 or more boys in which that he can do a second one.
Right.
Pardon. Then, next along, we have my famed beast boss.
Yes.
People know him if you've been to Wild West or seen my first video against Overlord Felspar. This is Ed Cracker.
Okay.
And on his trusty steed, Smashy the Squig.
Smashy the Squig.
Smashy the
Love
Squig.
it.
So he has the Warlord trait that we paid for there. Brutal but cunning.
Okay.
So that means that any of his melee attacks that do not get to the deal damage phase gets back into a pool and we throw them again.
Yep.
He also has the free relic, which is the Beast Hide Mantle. So he gets +1 attack and a 5-up Feel No Pain, making him a little bit more resilient.
So 2 completely really punchy units there.
2 really punchy units.
Coming right at me. Bring it.
Yep. And then we've got his sidekick there. Again, he's nameless, but that is a Knob on a Smasher Squig. He has Beast Gob, which is another Warlord trait, to deal some extra damage with those jaws.
Okay.
So next up we have the troops. So we've got 2 lots of boys, 2 lots of 10.
Yes.
This one is a bare bones unit. So the Knob there just has his chopper, and then the second unit over here, the Knob has 2 kill saws.
Brilliant.
Gives him a little bit of extra punch, extra attack.
Yep.
That's what we like in our orcs. Then we've got a unit of knobs, wheel knobs, nobles, whatever you'd like to call them.
Yep.
They've all got power claws, so only the extra strength is going to be useful for me today.
And AP.
And the AP, yes.
I mean,
so
they are
that'll be
strength 10.
It is strength
claws.
10, -3, down to -2.
Yeah.
But I'll take every little helps. They'll be riding in the truck behind them as well.
Okay.
Then, moving across, we have our Megatrack Scrapjets.
Yes.
Unit of 3. I absolutely love this unit. It's one of my favourite vehicle units in the entire game because the amount of rockets you can throw out is hilarious.
How many rockets?
So it's 3d3 each, and they get a wing missile as well each, which is just another rocket.
3d3 each.
3d3.
So each one could chuck out 9.
9.
And then altogether, that's 27.
Yeah.
I mean, hitting on Orc, but
Hitting
that's a lot of rockets.
Yeah. So hitting on 5s, and then they've all got 2 twin big shooters each, so they have they can have 20 big shooter shots as well.
That's an incredible meta attacker. And on the charge, on a 4-up, they can do mortal wings.
Yep, and
those drill things at the front.
Yeah, they're strength 8.
How many points are these things?
They're 110 each. I
Yeah,
think they're the most expensive of the...
that feels about right.
It does feel about
right. They can shoot quite well. Well, they can't shoot well, but they throw out so much firepower it does hit.
Yeah.
And they're actually quite good in close combat as well.
Yeah, they are. Then we have the Squig Hog Boys there. So they're essentially Knob equivalents in their stat line.
Yeah.
So got like 3 attacks, 10-inch move because they're on squigs.
Nice.
They've got their little rider friends who throw out menial attacks that mean nothing.
Yep.
And their squig jaws, which are always the most fun part.
Yeah.
So
Squig's got to get fed.
yep. So lots of attacks, lots of strength, hit hard.
Yep.
Then right behind them, we got knobs on war bikes.
Okay.
A really fun unit.
So in the Codex, it's just war bikes.
Yep.
But in the Imperial Armour Compendium, knobs and war bikes are still a thing for all those people who used to run them a lot.
Yep. So you get access to all of the extra close combat goodness.
Yeah.
At the price of them being infinitely worse.
So they're not as cheap as the normal war bikers, of course, but they're a lot more killy.
They're a lot more killy.
And they've got extra wound.
No, they don't.
Don't they?
No, they've only 3 wounds.
Oh.
It's stupid.
Oh.
But anyway, they've all got claws again, because we like our claws, so they'll be strength 10 as well.
Yep.
Throwing out lots of attacks. We like lots of attacks.
Yep.
Then finally, onto my newest model. So new model syndrome.
Oh dear.
It's the kill rig.
Right. This is the psychic one, right?
It's the psychic one. He's got the upgrade of squig hide tires.
And there's the psychic. What does that do?
So he's got a whir boy on top.
Yeah.
So he can throw out 2 psychic powers because he's on the whir tower.
Yeah.
Which means that
you don't have to have 10 people near him.
No, you don't have to have 10 people near him.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 psychic powers. One is called the Spirit of Gork.
Yes.
So that's extra damage on my squig's jaws again.
Brilliant.
And then he's got Roar of Morg to make you dead scared.
Dead scared.
Dead scared.
Death Guard, dead scared. I like it. What are the tyre things, the upgrade?
So the squig hide tyres adds extra movement. I believe it's 3 inches.
So it's quite quick.
Yeah, so he's going to be a bit zippy, very hitty. He's got 3 different attack profiles.
Yeah.
So he's got the giant trampling squig on the front, which isn't apparently a squig. The saws on the side, and those boys on top can start hitting things.
Yeah, talking about hitty, I mean, hitty. Yep. There's a lot of hitty.
Everything can hit except for the truck.
Which is very awkward of you.
Yeah.
And with Ghazghkull Thraka leading these Goths into close combat, surely they're going to have a jolly good time.
Dead good.
Let's go on to deployment. Here we are after deployment. I chose not to put anything in reserve because Orks. There's nothing in reserve and they're coming straight for me. That's where Gaz is, right in the centre of the table, along with his weird boy on a trike, which, let's face it, is very weird. And some more big punchy in the middle of the table, flanked by fast units on one side, the Dakka Jets, and fast unit, the bikers with the knobs are in the truck.
Yeah, knobs are in the truck.
On this flank as well. I presented a strongish centre. It's slightly this way because of the way the terrain is. And there's the centre of the battlefield. We couldn't deploy more than 9 inches from that. So Terminators, and Plague Marines in the middle. Strongest centre because I know what's coming. And then stronger over the left flank towards where Gaz is rather than the right flank. And that might be a mistake, but over here there is 1, 2, 3 objectives quite close to each other, as well as that one back there in the enemy deployment zone. During putting the objectives down, I put that one down over there. Pixel Reaper put this one up here. We had to pull it back a little bit because originally we had to pull it because it's got to be in the deployment zone, but that's my home objective, which is quite close to the Ork lines. But I chose to pick this side of the battlefield on the roll-off because I think it's going to be better for filming. Camera angle looks better. So we're deployed, we're ready to go. Are you ready to roll off to see who must go first, sir? Do you have a dice? Gork and Morka, good luck. After you. 5, that's a 5, and anyone off the table. And that's a 6. It is the Death Guard. Turn 1. Here are the orders for the end of all things. Storm a hostile objective and make sure there's no enemy units within 12 of the centre. Well, that's the one in their deployment zone is going to be impossible in turn 1. Area denial, not within 12 inches of the centre, would be good for any other deployment map. But in this deployment map, there's plenty of units within 9 inches of the centre, or just beyond 9 of the centre. And no retreat, no surrender. Don't fail a morale or fall or move off an objective that you currently control. That'll pin a lot of my Death Guard units back in my deployment zone straight away. So a bad draw, a bad set of orders in turn 1. Here we are after my movement phase, moving closer to the jaws of the beast. I've also done some psychic, managed to put putrescent vitality on this unit here, so they're a better strength and toughness. And a smite went out from Fluffy, who advanced. and hit that unit of Orks there, killing 3 of them. But the V formation, the ducks are flying together towards the Ork lines. Both of the units of Poxwalkers around here are advancing though, pushing the screens forward a little bit. Now the idea is, I could get some of these in range, and remember Death Guard always rapid fire at maximum range, with bolters anyway. So the idea is to hurt that unit there. And the haulers and all my long guns, well, that's a really fast punchy unit. I'm going to fly down into them. 2 bolt guns, rapid firing at maximum range because of malicious volleys into the Orks, will hit on 3s and wound them on 5s because they're Orks, and that is 1 wound. T-shirt save?
Yep, T-shirt.
And the T-shirt holds firm. There's also a blight launcher in that squad, which is 2 shots, and they both hit. It is strength 6. And a plague weapon, so I reroll 1s to wound, and they're at -2.
That's just 2 dead.
Oh yeah. Moving down the line to squad number 2, and everything's in line of sight and range of the boys. But we've got some plasma and blight launchers in here. Let's open up with the bolt guns first, and they'll hit on 3s and wound the boys on 5s. Oh, look at that! Ooh. 4 wounds with the new Deployment Zone.tv dice available on the Deployment Zone.tv merchandise page. And I kill 3 of them. And then the plasma goes in and kills another 1, and then so that's 4. And then the blight launcher hits twice and kills another 1, so that's 5. Yeah, morale could be a thing, but he could break heads to make them stay. Over onto this unit of Terminators in the middle, and they'll be pumping round after round of combi bolters into that unit of boys there. And I'm hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s because my Demon Prince has stood right there. Here we are after the rerolls, winning on 5s, no AP. 9 T-shirt saves coming up. 1, just 1 T-shirt save, and with the mortal wounds that came out from the smite earlier on, that's a dead squad of boys. Over onto the second squad of Terminators, firing down the street into these squiggy boys down here. What are they called?
Squig-og boys.
Squig-og boys. I've only got 2 combi bolters in range though, but I am still re-rolling 1s. And Squig-og boys are toughness 6. Yeah. They're still winning on 5s. 3, just 2 wounds there. No AP.
4s.
Brilliant. They're okay. 4 up save because the squig hide is basically concrete. Now we're on to my fast units, the bigger guns, firing the heavy blight launcher down the street into them, hitting on 3s, and it's strength 6 versus toughness 6. And that all wounds. It's AP -3, so no save, but they do have an invulnerable saves, right?
No.
They don't have an invulnerable save.
I haven't called the war yet.
You haven't called the Waaaaaaaaagh yet.
Yeah.
And when you call the Waaaaaaaaagh, then you get your invulnerable save.
Or in the truck.
No,
So,
that was going
them.
into... Yeah.
Yeah, no, they've got 6 up save. Let's do it. Let's do it.
No. That's just 2 damage, though. And they have 3 wounds each?
They have 3 wounds apiece.
Okay, so let's fire the other heavy blight launcher into them as well. And try and at least kill 1. 3s to hit. That's not bad. That's 5 hits this time. 4s to wound. Reroll the 1. There you go. 4, 6 up invulnerable saves. Ooh, and that will kill the injured 1. And that's 2 dead and 1 on 1 wound.
Ah, dear.
Taking away the 2 at the back there because they're coming forward, which is interesting because I did line up my haulers so I could shoot them as well and really punish that unit, but now I can't see them anymore. So I guess I'm going to have to fire at Gaz. So let's put 4 multi-motor shots into... I mean, it's going to take many turns. Do I really... Well, yeah, let's fire at Gaz. Multi-motors. Hit 3 times. What toughness is he?
He's toughness 7.
Toughness 7. So I wound him twice. 2, 4+ invulnerable saves. And he boxcars it, of course he does. He's Gaz. Here's the missile launchers, and they both hit. Can they wound? No. So missile fire, rocket fire smashes into Gaz and causes no damage whatsoever, and that's the end of my turn 1. There's some morale for the Orks. So where would you like to start?
We'll start off with the boys.
Okay.
Boys that actually survived.
I think they need a 1.
They need a 1. They've got leadership 7.
Okay.
They lost 7.
And they get a 1. They're insanely brave.
I mean, with Gaz there, you would have thought.
Yeah. Otherwise, he will eat them.
Yep.
Are these leadership 7 as well?
They should be leadership 7.
So don't roll a 6, you'll be fine. You don't roll a 6, you're fine. That is the end of my turn 1. I need to not fail a morale by the end of Pixel Reaper's turn to get 5 points. And I'm only on 2 objectives right now. I have dented the Orks though. I have taken away 1 whole unit and hurt another unit, but it's just boys. It's just boys. And there's plenty more of them where they came from. Let's go on to Orks. Turn 1. Turn 1 still. Guys, I promise you, we drew these randomly, but you wouldn't believe it. The orders for the Orks are to kill, kill, kill. Kill 3 units in close combat, kill 3 units with shooty guns, and kill 30 wounds worth of stuff. Here we are after the Aux Movement Phase. They've gone a bit further down the battle grid than expected because Pixel Reaper declared a
Waaaaaaaaagh!
Now, the Waaaaaaaaagh means you can advance and charge, and you get an extra attack for this turn and next turn, but it's also been fact.
Yep, so we get an extra strength.
Extra strength and a 5+ invulnerable save.
Only on the turn that we want 5+.
Yes, but it's going to last until... No, this turn. This is turn 1, right? Or until my turn?
Until the end of your
turn. Right, and then next turn you get a 6+ invulnerable save. So basically they made the WoW better. Not only advance and charge, but put some resilience amongst the Orks because they needed to. The trucks with the knobs are down here on this objective. The unit of bikes didn't advance because DACA. They've got a lot of guns and they want to shoot, but the murder ball in the middle of the table certainly did advance closer down towards Fluffy and the Terminators round here. Weird Boy, Gaz, and Makari, and the 3 remaining Orks mean to charge some Poxwalkers. I mean, start at the beginning, start with some Poxwalkers, and then make your way up the food chain. There's some Plague Marines there, and then some Terminators over there.
Yeah, exactly.
And swinging around the backfield is the unit of, I've forgotten their name again.
Megatrack Scrap Jets.
Megatrack Scrap Jets. Probably going to be firing down this way to the Poxwalkers or the units holding on to this objective. But before we go on to the DACA phase, we have some psychic to do. So we're starting off with a killer rig. What are you doing, sir?
So first off, we're going to do Spirit of Gork.
Okay.
Be going out onto these lads to get the damage up on their jaws. It also does mortal wounds on 6 to wound.
Brilliant.
Lovely. So it's 7.
Okay. And that's a fail. You actually need a 6. That's a pass. Fluffy is in range. I'd rather like to deny that. I do deny it, so that's it. Zinch said no anyway. And now we're coming over here. And your weird boy on his little trike there is doing Fist of Gork.
Yeah, we're doing fists into Gaz.
Make him even tougher. That's a...
CP.
And that's an 8. That passes. My Malignant Paycaster is here. But I don't stop it. That means Gaz has got another attack, as well as the attack for...
Another 2 attacks and another 2 strength.
Okay. I think those Poxwalkers are not long for this world. Right, let's shoot some DACA. Starting off with the Scrap Jets with their big shooters. They've got 12 big shooters each at this range. But 12 shots are being fired by Grots. Yeah. And these are hitting on 4s.
Yes, they will be.
And you get extra shots because of... wow.
Speed. Wow.
That's the one. Basically, 5s to hit.
4s to hit.
4s to hit, you're right. And yeah, when Gaz is around, you get both the Waa and Speed Waa at the same time. So many, many hits. Strength 5, toughness 4, 3s to wound.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's pathetic.
Only 3 wounds. I won't get a save from this, but they do have a 6-up shrug. And 3 of them die. Now the 12 shots hitting on 5s. DACA. Which wound on 3s. And that's 3 more wounds. And 6 have died in total. Rockets are only 24-inch range though, so only the first one can fire in at these guys. But it's 3d3 shots. Plus 1 because of the thing.
The wing missile.
Yeah. For many shots.
That's 6.
Which will wound on... What strength are they? 8?
8.
The wound on 2s. 2s to wound. Many wounds, and each of these does 3 damage. So the Poxwalkers are entirely wiped out. Now we're coming along here to Gazgul Thracker, shooting at the Poxwalkers right in front of him, trying to clear a screen so he can charge the big chonky things behind. And he's got 16 shots at this range with the Roar of Mork.
Hitting on 5s.
DACA. He only hit 4 times, and he wins on 3s.
True Orky fashion, so
yeah.
3s.
Well, at least it made lots of loud banging noises. 6-up shrug. He fired lots of guns into the Poxwalker lines. I'm sure he took apart chunks and heads and limbs and everything, but they're still the zombies slogging towards him. And drop those, don't count. Then the three boys next to Gaz showed him how it was done by firing in their sluggers and taking out two of the Poxwalkers. Now we're coming all the way across to this massive unit of Knob bikers here. Now they've DACA 510. Basically, they got 10 shots at DACA range. And you're spending a couple of CP on more DACA.
More DACA.
So they're DACAing at full range.
They got 60 shots.
60 shots are about to come into these Terminators. It's going to be hitting on 5s and wounding on 4s. We're doing a lot of dice rolling off camera because this is a lot of dice. Oh, and just an addendum, because of the speed war, because of the war, they have an extra 2 shots each with their DACA weapons. This is 72 shots. After an absolute blizzard of shots came in, spanking off the Terminator armour. Armour of Contempt keeping me safe there. Only one Terminator fell. Now the Squig Hogs, they actually have a gun. What's it called?
So they're going to throw their stickers. They've
Right.
got those spears. They're going to be throwing them at the Terminators there.
Okay. Yeah, I put Fluffy just back far enough. But they're going to be hitting 6s because it's an assault weapon.
Yep.
Okay. And you get a hit in. That's alright.
Strength of 6.
Wounding on 3. Does wound. AP?
-2.
I'm okay. Now we're on to the kill rig, doing the whir tower and the lobber into the Terminators. You do have line of sight. The Squig is sticking his head round the edge. One shot though with the whir tower.
It hits.
Does it?
It automatically hits.
Brilliant. And it's strength 9, so it wins on a 3. And it's -3, so I need a 4-up and bun. And I fail that, and it's going to do D6 damage. I think I'm going to CP that just to spoil the party. And I do CP it. 4-up invulnerable save holds. The lobber is D6 shots, which it lobs up and over. This giant gun of doom there. How many shots? For 3 shots.
5s to hit.
And it hits once. This is strength 8. A wound on a 3 again.
Yeah.
I don't know what the save is.
I think
But a
it's
4-up.
2-up.
Yeah, a 4-up invulnerable save will make it. So, lots of firepower raining in to the Terminators and only one of them falling. There's some more incidental guns scattered around, so we'll do that now. No more damage was done. Pistol shots and from the truck. So now we're on to the charge phase. The Death Guard weathering the shooting quite well so far, apart from the Poxwalkers on the left flank. Talking about Poxwalkers, you're charging here. Starting off with the boys.
Yeah, boys going first.
Boys going first. They definitely make the Poxwalkers. I can't see how you can get Gaz through the gap yet. But he is going to try and go in. I think you need a 3. And Orks always re-roll their charges anyway. It's called, here we go. He's in there. Gaz makes it into the Poxwalkers. Makari follows him up as well, engaging the Poxwalkers. Now we're coming across to the squiggy things.
Yeah.
Are you going into the Terminators and Fluffy, or just the Terminators? Bear in mind, yeah, bear in mind he does a flat 3 damage with his Sword of Doom.
Just the Terminators.
Just the Terminators. Here we go. And that's a 5?
Yeah, they'll get in.
They'll get in. And they make it there. Now one of your knobs is going to try and do an 11-inch charge into Fluffy. Because of the 5-inch, 1-inch rule, you can get into close combat. So good luck.
Ed Cracker, he's going in.
No, but you can reroll.
Here we go.
No. No, he's beaten back by the stench wafting towards him. It's even worse than a pit of squigs. And that's it for the charges. Now, before we fight, this unit of squighounds down here, because he's got revolting stench vats, cannot be selected to fight first and don't count as charging. So now we're coming across to Gaz and the boys. And of course, we're starting off with Gaz Ghoulthracker. He hits on 2s with many attacks.
9 attacks.
And 6 explode. So that's 11 hits, which will slaughter these Poxwalkers on 2s. And that is 10 wounds, AP lots. And at AP -4, 4 damage, those Poxwalkers didn't stand a chance. And it would seem like I deployed my drones in the wrong place, because it's 2 inches from a barricade there. So Gaz is in close combat with these drones. So they're going to be pretty useless unless I fall them back. Now, revolting stench vats stops you from fighting first. So we've done that. We've done the fight first. Now I'm going to pay 2 CP with my Terminators to interrupt. Your toughness 6 drops to toughness 5 because of contagion. Here's all the bubonic swords swinging at you. And I reroll 1s because fluffy. Strength 5, toughness 5, wounding on 4s, and rerolling 1, sorry. It's a plague weapon. So that many, 5 plus invulnerable saves, each only doing 1 damage though.
5 ups.
1 goes down, 1's on a wound. The champion has an axe, which hits on 3s and rerolls 1s, and this will wound on 3s. That's 1 more wound. 5 up invulnerable save, or the injured fella takes it. He takes it, leaving only 2 Swig Riders left, ready to feel the might of the flail of corruption. Which hits on 3s, rerolls 1s. Only 3 hits there. Strength 5 versus toughness 5. 2 wounds, 2 5 up invulnerable saves. And another one bites the dust, leaving only 1 Squig Rider remaining. Now the last rider can fight back. He's hitting on 3s. And 6s explode, so that's actually 4 hits. And with his extra strength, he's wounding on 3s as well.
Yeah.
And he wounds many times. I don't know what the AP is. Do I save that one? Probably not.
No.
2 damage down to 1 damage because I'm a Death Guard. And then we moved along here to the other units. The boys piled in, Makari piled in, which gives my haulers here something to fight. So I might as well put it all into the Orks. They're 4 attacks each. And they hit on 3s. And I miss 4 times. Strength 6. And that is 4 at -1 or 2? 2. -2, 1 damage.
But luckily we have a 5 up.
They do. 5 up invulnerable saves. And that will save your knob. Because knobs have 2 wounds. Now we need to do morale. Are you going to pay CP or try and roll a something?
It will be a 6 for him to fail, so I'm not going to pay a CP.
No?
Nope.
Okay. Don't roll a 6. You don't roll a 6. That's twice in a row they've been really heroic. What about this fella? He lost 3 around him. So...
he's in combat, so I'm not going to...
Only a 5 or 6 will fail.
Yeah, so it's not really worth it, so...
Okay. And that's a 6. It fails. And that is the end of Orks. Turn 1. And at the end of the first turn, they have killed 1 thing with Daka for overwhelming firepower. Well, you need to kill 3 things with Daka, so that's 1 of 3. And Gaz went straight through that unit of Poxwalkers for 1 thing for blood and guts as well. So that's 1 for overwhelming firepower, 1 for blood and guts, plus lots of wounds were dealt with. 23 wounds worth of stuff, in fact. So 7 more to do for no prisoners. So you keep an order of those cards. Kill, kill, kill. Of course. And at the end of that turn as well, I get 5 points, in fact, for no retreat, no surrender, not failing morale, and still being on that objective there. So at the end of turn 1, it's only 5 points to 0 in favour of the Death Guard. And at the start, you get 5 points for being on an objective and 10 points for being on more than your opponent. And I'm definitely not on more than my opponent. So let's find out what the orders are for the end of all things in turn 2. Here are the orders for the end of all things. Need to take an objective off of Pixel Reaper. I kept this one in my hand from last turn because I knew he'd be all over objectives. And extend battle lines, hold my home objective and 1 in no man's land. These should be relatively easy. And then start racking up the kill count for no prisoners. Here we are after my movement phase. I need to storm a hostile objective. So the Terminators and this squad of Plague Marines are heading straight towards the truck. And the tip of the spear with Fluffy and my foul blight spawner pushing forward up the battle grid. The Orks are charging towards me, so I'll charge them. I'll charge towards them. However, down here, where Gaz is, it's called Operation Get Away from Gazgul Thracker is in effect. So the unit of Plague Marines with the Malignant Plaguecaster ran. So they're not going to be shooting. They are running away. They have been fighting the long war for 10,000 years and they know an apex predator when they see them. And I've fallen out of close combat with both of the haulers there. And they're kind of blocking this gap. So Gaz can't fit through there, which will keep my objective safe, hopefully for 1 more turn before he comes through like a wrecking ball. Essentially at this point, there's so many close combat threats, like he's nasty, they're nasty. But everything over here is nasty. So I can only deal with a certain amount of nasty at a time. And right now, that's enough nasty for any proud Death Guard heretic to deal with. So this is too much nasty. So running away and pushing back, and down here in this corner as well with the Plague Marines, running away and falling back, but making sure that we're on this objective here, holding it down. That does extend my battle lines, because this one is in no man's land, and I'm controlling that one there for 5 points. And it does mean that this drone has a lovely shot down towards that weird boy on a trike, who seems a little bit exposed now. He's a character, but not within 3 inches of any unit, so I can shoot at him. But first we have a psychic phase. Fluffy wants to cast Miasma of Pestilence on himself. I should put it on the Terminators, but he's like that. 6. That passes. You need a 9 to deny.
Yeah, I'm going to deny with the kill rig.
Okay. And you don't deny with the kill rig. So Fluffy is -1 to hit, along the fact that he's toughness 7 and AP 1 and 2 counts as dash, so he's tough. Malignant Plaguecaster, Putrescent Vitality, 1 more time on the Terminators, and that passes. And because it's more than 7, with Pestilential Fallout, it'll do a mortal wound to Gazgul. Unless, of course, you deny this.
Yeah.
Well, or why don't you just got 5 up, feel no pain, because Makari's right next to him.
6 up, yes. So it's +1 strength and toughness.
Yeah. He's got Miasma and Putrescent. The other power he has to do is Smite, by the way.
I'm going to deny this one because I don't want them being too tough. So, yes. What did you get? 8,
I think, or 7. I don't know. We'll check the footage. We'll check the footage. Footage checked. That was an 8. It's not a deny. But he does have a 5-up shrug to mortal wounds, unless you want to. No, you can't re-roll deny, can you, with a CP? So 5-up shrug. He doesn't feel it at all. Just a little headache. And yeah. So smite. I smite him. You haven't got any more denies, but it isn't an extra one because it isn't 7 or more for Pestilential Fallout. It's just D3. For 1 more, can he shrug that one as well? No, he can't. Gaz takes a wound. He's on 11. If it bleeds, we can kill it. So now we're going on to the shooting phase. The drone is going to try and take out this weird boy here. On 3s. Only hit 3 times. And I'm wounding on 3s. And reroll 1s. And that is -3 to damage.
He has a 6-up save.
5-up and Vun right now, right? Because of the
yes! Oh, yes!
2 5-up and Vuns. Oh, 4 damage. And they start with 5 wounds. He's got 1 wound remaining. And he's going to get away with it, look. There's nothing else in my army that can draw line of sight to him. So he shall live. But now what I'm going to do is shoot this drone down into the bikes that are pookie-booing around the corner there. And I hit on 3s, and I'll wound them. They're toughness 5 or 6?
Toughness 5.
3 wounds at -3. So 5-up and Vuns again. And 2 damage each. That only kills 1 bike. Then we're on to Unit of Terminators number 1. I've got some targets. The bikes are there. The truck is there. But I should be able to smack the truck apart in close combat. I'm not sure. Mind you, even if I don't smack it apart in close combat, I'll still storm that hostile objective, so I don't need to shoot guns into it. We're talking about people who are a little bit exposed. One of these guys has got a 5+ in Vun, a 5-up shrug, right? The big fella.
Yep.
So I'm going to fire all the combi bolters into the little fella.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Any minuses to hit him or anything?
No.
No?
No.
Let's hit him on 3s and reroll 1s because Fluffy's nearby. Here we are after rerolls. He's a tough old bird, though. I'll win him on 5s. So we have 8 4-up saves.
Yeah.
Good luck. That's okay. That's very okay. He takes a wound. So he's got 4 wounds remaining. Now we're coming on to Unit of Terminators number 2. What I'm going to do is put 3 combi bolters into him. And I'm going to put 2 combi bolters, which is 8 shots, down into this knob down here and 1 wound left. I can't have a knob running around on 1 wound. He could cause trouble.
Yeah, but knob can cause trouble.
Never have a loose knob floating around. But here's all the shots into... What is that again?
That is a knob on Spatcher Squig.
Onto that fella. Re-rolling those 1s. Let's smash him off his squig on 5s. Oh no, just 2 wounds. 2 more 4-up saves. And another wound. So he's down to 3 remaining. But can I shoot the loose knob to death on 3s? Re-rolling 1s. 5 1s, look, a Yahtzee of 1s. And these are wounding on 5s. 1 wound, 1 5+ invulnerable save. And he's alive. Right, so I've killed a bike so far. Not very good for my no prisoners order. Down to this squad of Plague Marines. I've got this squad of Plague Marines and my foul Blightspawn left. And I don't know. I'm tempted to spit the squirt onto that knob. Squirt all over them. Right, so these are going to fire at... They're going to fire everything at that fast attack slot there. And wound on 5s. And that's another wound, another 4-up save. Okay, he's down to 2 wounds remaining. And then there's a plasma on the sergeant champion and a plasma there. So let's shoot the plasma in. I'm going to overcook it. Here's the normal plasma and here's the sarge. And this will wound on a 3. And if you fail your 5-up invulnerable save, it'll kill him.
No, it won't.
He just took
3 wounds
I
left.
just thought he just took a wound, did he? Or did you pass it?
Oh no, yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
right.
5-up invulnerable, death.
He's dead.
Death. I took him out. Still had a blight launcher as well, which would have missed. Reroll 1s. It would have hurt him. He's gone. He's gone.
He's gone anyway.
He's gone. Okay, so I am gonna squirt on the knob with the plague square. It's a bit further than a 12-inch range. I had to spend a CP on Grandfather. No, overwhelming generosity. It gets it further.
Yeah.
So it's a generous spray, and because it's the viscous death, I can re-roll it. So that's 5 auto hits, and it's a plague weapon. It's strength 8. So you've got to make that many 5+ invulnerable saves to keep your knob alive. 4 5-up invulns coming up.
For the knob. He's dead.
Dead knob. He just melts away and goes all limp under the spray. That's it for my shooting phase. So Gaz is still tough. The unit of war bikes, not bikes, the unit of scrap jets over there is still largely untouched, as is the kill rig. But we're in a charge-rich environment. It's a 6-inch charge from my Terminators to get there, and I really need this one. So I'm going to do it first, because if I fail, then I'll CP reroll. I need to storm a hostile objective, and that is a fail. So CP reroll, and that's a pass. Terminator's not slowed by terrain there. Over here. Okay, Terminator's into Nasty Dude, and they'll get in there, and can Fluffy join him up? He'll get in there as well. And at the end of the fight phase, it looks like this. Now, Terminator's smacking a truck. Not too worried about that. But lots of Terminators are smacking either him or Fluffy. So he's got a 4-up invuln, 5-up invuln?
So he should have 5-up.
5-up invuln and a 5-up feel no pain.
Yes.
Well, I think I have to start with Fluffy. You just tag him. And then I've got 6 attacks. So we have a Beast Boss on a Squigosaur versus a Demon Prince. You're spending a CP on something Squig Hide. It's transhuman, tough as a Squig Hide. Can only wound on a 4+. Squig's Hide are basically made of concrete anyway. They're impenetrable. But Fluffy has the Warp Insect Hive. So he rerolls all hits and he rerolls all wounds. So I need 4s to wound you and then rerolling everything. And that is a full house, my friend. A full house of 5+ invulnerable saves, each AP -3, each 3 damage. Is this his redemption arc? He's been doing so badly. Maybe, because that is 15 damage, and that's 15 shrugs.
He's actually -1 damage.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 10 shrugs. You could CP reroll one of them as well to get it down to 8 shrugs. Not doing it?
Nope.
Because he's got 9 wounds.
Yep.
So you trust that you can roll at least 2 5s.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on.
You rolled many 5s. He only takes 4 wounds. He's got 5 remaining. He withstood the charge. Would you like to pay to interrupt or anything?
Oh, yes.
So he has a Beast Chopper, which gets him an extra attack up to 6, but his Warlord trait 7 plus the Waaaaaaaaagh 8 attacks. Hitting on Ork.
Hitting on 2s.
Yeah, 6 explode.
Yeah.
No 6s, and that's a bad roll. He's strength 6, I'm toughness 7, but plus an extra strength because of Waaaaaaaaagh. So he's winning on 4s. That's a nice spread, that's 4. These are -2, 2 damage, but I bought Rotten Constitution and take AP -1 and 2 as a dash. So I do get 3-up saves. And I make them all. And I completely misnarrated that because you were putting them into the Terminators instead of Fluffy. Terminators have a 4-up and vulnerable save, and I bossed it. They're fine. However.
Brutal but cunning.
Brutal but cunning.
Let's do it again.
Okay. Here we go.
So, still 8 attacks because all of them failed.
But 4 of them got through. Four of them wounded. And I made the saves.
But they didn't hit the damage step.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we do it all again. So 2s to hit.
I don't get the explosions on this.
No.
Specifies that.
Right, okay. And then 3s.
3s.
And then 4 up and buns. Yep. Well, -2, so 3 up and buns. So 3 up saves, sorry. Each doing 2 damage, which becomes 1 damage. Yep. So that kills 1 and kills another, because 1 was on 2 wounds remaining, so you killed 2. And then his beast gets to go nom-nom with his jaws.
Yep. So 3 attacks.
Yes.
On 2s.
Yes. That explodes.
That does explode. I really want 6s here, because 6s do mortal wounds.
Brilliant. No. 3 up saves.
Yeah.
2 damage. Yeah. Squigosaur jaws are 3 damage a time, down to 2, killing another Terminator. Leaving 3 remaining, and you still get brutal, but coming on the one you missed, which hits.
3s.
And doesn't wound. So 3 Terminators from that interruption there. That was brutal. Now let's hit him some more. 2 swords on 3s. Rerolling the 1s. And I'm strength 5. Your toughness 6 down to 7. So 5s to wound. Nothing. Then the flail of corruption. Rerolling the 1. And these will be 5s to wound. Rerolling. No, 4s to... Well, transhumans. That many at -2. 2 damage. I don't know how many failed. 5 up and bun. So he failed them all. So that would be 8 damage. It becomes 4 damage.
Yep.
And you got your shrugs, and he's still on 5 wounds left, so he isn't going to die. See how many shrugs this time. Only 1 this time. Not as lucky. He is on 2 wounds remaining, but he takes on a full-on charge from a Demon Prince and 6 Terminators. What a G. Right. Let's come over here to the truck. Here's the flail. And it will wound on 5s. And reroll 1s. And that's -2, so 5 up and 3 5 up and vulnerable saves. And it would do 2 damage, but ramshackle, because that is less than strength 7 or less. Yeah. It only does 1 wound. So 1 wound, 9 to go. Here's the axes on 3s. And because contagions drop the toughness down, it wounds on 3s, re-rolling 1s. It's a plague weapon. They're all 5 up saves, so 7 5 up saves. It takes 7 wounds. It's on 2 left. And then my champion hits. And this is a sword. So strength 5, toughness 5 with contagion 4s to wound. It's got 2 wounds left, and it's taken 2 more wounds. 2 5 up and vulnerable saves or dead truck. A live truck on 1 wound remaining. You can ram back against some Terminators, unlikely to do some wounds, but apart from that, it's the end of my turn too. With Death Guard pressing into the Orc lines, I've extended my battle lines and stormed a hostile objective, getting me up to 15 points, but the bikes are unmolested, the kill rig unmolested, and remember there are 9 knobs with claws inside there, 5 knobs, but I don't think the 5 knobs want to take on 7 Blightlord Terminators. I think in any combat, in any war of attrition, I will win those odds. I've scratched Gazgul and just made him angry. At the start of Pixel Reaper's turn, he will get 5 points for being on the objective. So it's 15 points to 5 when we go into Orcs turn 2. The Waaaaaaaaagh is still rumbling. They still get an extra attack and a 6 up in vulnerable save. And what will Gazgul do? What orders will come out in Orcs turn 2? Now, interestingly, you scored no prisoners in my turn. So 15-10, and you still want to kill stuff and a tempting target. And a tempting target is if I nominate an objective, and if you take it, you get 5 points. I'm going to nominate this one here, because I think you might be able to get it with flat out with the Scrappy Jets, or even with an advance and charge with Gaz, and I'll say it on camera. I'm happy for Gaz to run down to this corner of the battle grid, because then that's where he'll be. It's worth 5 points.
No.
Gaz can clear him out on his own, easily. Just charge that way.
We'll get it later.
We'll get it that way. Okay, right. We'll go on to the Orks movement phase. Right, here we are after the Orks movement and psychic phase. I forgot to add on my primary, so it's 20 to 10. 9-inch charge for these scrapjets if they want to charge the drone and potentially take the tempting target. They do mortal wounds on the charge. The weird boy that got shot has put his back flat to the wall and has buffed Ghazghkull Thraka with Fist of Gork. And up in the middle as well, he's been buffed with, what was the spell?
Spirit of Gork.
Spirit of Gork. So he's got extra attacks as well in close combat. If he lives, we shall see. And the kill rig is going to go in there as well. Worth mentioning, your perils.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took D3 mortal wounds, but it starts off with 16. It's like a Land Raider. So it's on 14. It's fine. And you might as well, and you probably notice as well that Fluffy and the Terminators are surrounded. The bike's coming through the gap. They're not long for this world, potentially. The knobs in the truck, however, decided discretion was the better part of valor. And you're leaving the truck in close combat?
Yeah.
So I'll kill it this turn. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. And they've got out and gone that way because it looks like you're going to put everything like a murder bowl in the middle of the battle grid. So psychic power's done. Both of the HQ buffed. Let's Daka. Right, we're starting on this side of the battle grid one more time with the scrapjets. And the rockets have
3d3 plus 3
shots each.
Yeah.
3 damage each coming into the Plague Marines.
Yeah.
Let's see the number of shots. That's math. 3d3 plus 1 shot each. And the math is high.
Yep.
But can you hit?
Maybe.
On 5s. Rockets fly through the air like a firework display. 7 of them slam home and they'll wound on 3s. And 6 wounds come through. They're AP minus 3? 2. So I do get 4 up saves, but each failed save will kill a Plague Marine. And that is 5 dead Plague Marines. And there's 2 remaining holding on to that objective. And because of Daka, 20 shots, 50 shots coming in to the 2 remaining. Some hitting on 4s, some hitting on 5s because of Grot's shooting. 27 shots came through in the end. Forced to wound.
Yep.
Now, because of speed wire, it would be AP minus 1. But it's AP dash because of armor of contempt. These fellas have a lot of saves to make. By a lot, I mean 14 3-up saves. 1, 2, there's 1 left on 1 wound. Amazing. Hero Sergeant stands firm. Bit like your hero knob over there.
Yes.
And he's a troop on an objective, and Gaz can't draw a line of sight to him, so Gaz is going to fire his 16 shots into the troops unit or the haulers right in front of him.
Into the lads.
See if he does better this time.
5s.
He hits twice. 3 times, yeah?
3 times a lady.
On force. So wound. He wounds once. I make the save. AP minus 1, armor contempt kicking in there again. Oh, it occurred to me as well that you've got overwhelming firepower, like you need to kill 3 units with guns.
Yeah.
And that would have been a 2nd unit. Yeah. That really stung there. Gaz is making a lot of noise in the middle of the battle grid, though, just spraying all over the place. Where are we going to next? I can't shoot into this pile because they're in close combat.
No. However, there is a very tempting character.
There is a character there, and that will be a 2nd unit dead for overwhelming firepower. And this is 60 shots again?
60 shots.
Brilliant. So we rolled off camera, and at 5s to hit, 4s to wound, 7 wounds came through the blessed number, which means I've passed every single save. Except for that one. So he's not dead yet. You could charge him, though. Mind you, his spurt is quite nasty. So he's got 3 wounds remaining. You'd like to stick your kill rig into him with the skewer and the lobber and everything. But he's not the closest unit to that model. And they're them in the way. And he's within 3 of that unit. So you can't target him. Look out, Sir Rule comes into effect. So instead, the kill rig of doom is firing into the Plague Marines.
Yep.
The only real viable target.
Yeah.
1-shot auto hits.
No. D3.
D3? Oh yeah, because
he got
psychic power off.
Yeah, so D3, pretty much las cannon shots. 2.
2. Auto hitting, wounding on 3s, because Death Guard. 1 wound.
Yeah.
And I fail the save.
Yes.
D6 damage.
Yes.
Oh, that's weak las cannon. That's 1 wound. Do you want a command point that to kill a Plague Marine?
No.
No?
No.
And then the lobber then. Lob the lobber at me. 5 shots. This will hit on 5s.
Yep.
1 hit. And wound on a 3.
No.
So fired ordnance weapons into a unit of Plague Marines and just gets drowned in the filth and the flies surrounding it. And that is the end of the shooting phase. You didn't kill a target in the shooting phase. You have got blood and guts. You want to kill things in close combat.
Oh,
so, yeah, I mean, there's 2 targets right there.
Yep.
But there's a 3rd target right here.
Yep.
And then there's gas over there. And all of these charges, well, you're going to make them automatically. It's just a case of which target is the juiciest. So in the middle, you're deciding a multi-charge with your bikes. You want to hit him as well.
Yeah.
I will spend the CP to Overwatch.
Please don't squirt my knobs.
I'm going to squirt on your knobs. And I get 4 shots, which auto hit. And it will wound your knobs on 3s.
Yep.
And I wound you all the time at -3, 2 damage a time. So it's basically 6 up and buns now.
Yep.
So 4 6 up and buns coming up. Each doing 2 damage. That's 2 dead knobs. I squirted on them real hard. Then you charge. The bike's tagging the Spurter and the Terminators, but not Fluffy, because that would be murder. He's got a 3 damage sword. Killrig goes charging into the Terminators. Gazgul, Thraka and Makari go into the haulers over here. Orks are certainly in their happy place right now. Now we have some knobs trying to charge into Fluffy. It's going to be an 8-inch.
Yep.
But reroll with Here We Go. So we're going to need that reroll.
Come on.
Here we go. I can't see the other dice. That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
That was a 5. That's a 10-inch charge. They go smashing in there. At the start of the fight phase, however, his data sheet is... I'll pick a unit within 3 inches and they cannot be selected to fight until all of my units have done so, which will be those bikes. Crunch. The Orks are engaging everywhere. Now we're starting, of course, with Gazgul Thraka smacking both of these haulers here with a bajillion attacks because he's psyched up. On 2s, 6s explode. So in the end, that was 8 hits. And the reroll? Does he reroll?
Yeah. He
Oh.
rerolls orcs for orc characters and core. He is
Lovely.
a character.
Okay, so 10 hits. Strength 14, and then plus some more because of all the things. It's wounding on 2s.
Strength 18.
Yeah. 9 came through at -4, 4 damage. My haulers have a 5+ invulnerable save. And I did some boss work there, and this becomes 2 damage each. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That
becomes
kills
3 damage each.
3 damage each. So 3, 6. That's 1 dead one, and 1's on 3 wounds remaining, and they do blow up. It doesn't blow up. It was at this point we remembered a charge, which was a 9-inch charge.
9-inch charge from
into
these.
the drone.
Yeah.
Which you can re-roll. They do have Here We Go. So you need a re-roll. No, they fail their charge into the drone.
Useless.
Which is good because the tempting, mind you, still are troops, so you don't get the tempting target. Right, other fighting things. I could pay to interrupt now. I could pay to interrupt. I should pay to interrupt, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I? I think I have to. I think I have to in case Fluffy dies. He can only hit those knobs or your big dude on his hog. So those knobs have to die, I think. Do they? Mine... Because otherwise Fluffy could die. Because that is a lot of Power Fist attacks. And it will force invulnerable saves. And they are strength 10. Yeah, let's hit the knobs. I've got 6 attacks. I'm going to hit you on 2s. And reroll all hits with the Warp Insect Hive. And you're toughness 4 right now because of contagions. So I'm going to wound you on 2s. And reroll all fair wounds with a Warp Insect Hive. They're 3 damage each. You need 6. Well... You need 6 up invulnerable saves. You need 2 6s to keep the knobs alive. And the knobs get taken out. So we're now going to the Kill Rig, which has got a bajillion attacks. But first it's attacking the Terminators with its saw blades. 7 attacks because of Waaaaaaaaagh. And it's hitting on 2s because the War Boss is nearby.
Yep.
And everything hits. And your strength 10 now with all this. You're winning on 2s. And these are -2. 2 damage a time. So it becomes -1. So I need 3s. One of them takes a wound. But wait, it gets worse. And now there's 4 attacks from the Savage Horns and Hooves from the kill rig, which will hit on 2s still. 2 hits. And you win on 3s. Very high strength, but very toughness. -2 still, so 3 up saves. I make them. That's a flat 3 damage as well. And then there's 4 more attacks from all the guys crawling all over the hull.
Yep.
Which hit on 2s. And because of the spells, wound on 3s. 2 come through. And I make that. In the end, you only put 1 wound on the Terminators, but you can keep fighting. I paid to interrupt already. We'll come back to the bikes in a bit, because they have to fight last. So Makari, trying to stab this hauler. He's got 3 attacks.
Yeah, so he gets the +1 for Waaaaaaagh.
Yeah.
So on 4s.
Yeah. No. So that's all the charging units, or the units that could be selected. Now it's on to my turn. So Fluffy's fought him already, right?
Yeah.
So we're on to the Terminators.
Yep.
And he's got 2 wounds remaining.
He does.
So, but if I use my Terminators to kill your bikes, then I might keep him alive.
Yeah.
But he's the bigger threat, so I'll have to punch him. So let's punch him. Here is the axe on the champion. And I reroll 1s. And I'm wounding you on strength 6. Toughness is my
7 damage.
force to wound, rerolling 1s. So 2 wounds at AP -2 on your dude. And he has a 5 up and bump. And he has a feel no pain. 2 wounds remaining. He feels the pain. He goes down. Does this squid get angry when he dies? Rampages? Or...
No, but I can spend 2 CP for Orks. He's never beaten.
And get him to fight. That's your last 2 CP?
Yeah.
Is he your warlord? Oh no, Gaz is your warlord. Because remember, if you lose your warlord, we don't get any more CP. So yeah. Do you wanna? Yeah. Fluffy's uninjured right now, but those Terminators are down to... You're going to do it.
I'm going to kill those Terminators.
Orks is never beaten. Also known as only in death. With pluses with his chopper, Waaaaaaagh, and relic, he's got a bajillion attacks. Hits on 2s.
Into the Terminators.
And you miss 3 times.
That's okay.
Yeah, but you're winning on 2s?
Strength is 7.
3's to wound. He wounds 3 times. AP?
-2.
Oh, 2 damage becomes 1 damage. That's 1 dead Terminator so far. Dead Killy, we do it again.
Yep, so brutal but cunning.
That's the one.
That's a shame that I got.
Yeah, you got the 6s this time round. 3's to wound. Okay, 5 wounds. 5 3-up saves. I'm okay this time. Now the giant squig of doom. And he's got a spell on him. What's the name of the spell?
Spirit of Gore.
Okay. Let's see if you can hit first. You can hit. That 1 becomes a hit, right? Because of exploding.
So that will go to the side because of brutal but cunning.
Right, yes.
And I still get the extras. So 4 hits.
Yes.
3's to wound.
Okay.
4 mortal wounds.
Why is that 4 mortal wounds to other people?
So the squig jaws do 3 mortal wounds instead of the normal damage on a 6.
Yes.
And then Spirit of Gork also does an additional mortal wound.
Brilliant. Instead of.
Yes.
And these are AP?
Minus 3.
3?
Yeah.
So that's a failed save. And it's 3 damage a time.
Yeah.
And the mortal wounds kills the remaining Terminators. Mutually assured destruction in the middle of the battle grid there. Fluffy is swung. They're selected after all my stuff can fight. So my little plague spitter dude will fight. And he hasn't done any damage at all. So then we came over here to the truck, which hit the Terminators. Did get a wound through. And I make the save. So now the Terminators will fight the truck on 1 wound remaining. And I rip it apart. Does it blow up though?
On a 6.
Phew, it doesn't blow up. Then we come over here to the hauler fighting Gazgul, even though he doesn't want to. It's on 3s and he'll wound on that. And then -2, 1 damage.
4 up saves.
Yes. And you take another wound. I scratch him. Oh yeah, Makari.
Makari.
He does take a wound. Gaz is on 10 wounds. I'm never going to kill him, you know. Now we're coming to the bikes in the middle, finally. You're going to put 2 into him. Because you want him dead. You want to get... So, I mean, you've killed 2 things for Blood and Guts so far.
Yep.
You kill him, that's 3 things for Blood and Guts and 5 points. And when you charged in, you did declare a multi-charge against him and Fluffy, so he's tagging Fluffy as well. Yes. I'm misnarrating this all over the place. Anyway, you've got Power Fist attacks coming in to my Foul Blight Spawn.
Scratch.
And you're hitting on force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it right. There's an explosion, so that was 5 hits.
Yep.
And at strength 10, you're winning on 2s. Yeah, 4 wounds. -3.
Yep.
2 damage becomes 1 damage. I need a bunch of 5s. And that is 3 wounds. He will die unless I CP reroll and prevent you.
Please, no.
No. I have to.
No.
This is... You've got to spend... Whenever you have the opportunity to spend CP to get VP, you should do it. So that's a teaching moment. And this isn't for me to get CP. This is for you to get there. Do you know what I mean?
Winter's top tips.
Well, actually, I got it from Stephen Box from Vanguard Tactics.
Vanguard Tactics top tips.
Vanguard Tactics top tips. Check it out. Awesome YouTube channel. 5+ save. No.
Boom.
Dead. Right, we'll do the remaining attacks into the Fluffster on 4s. That's his new name now. 1 hit. You win on a 3.
That is a wound.
I need a 5+ and done. And Fluffy takes a wound. After the big ruckus in the middle, that is the end of Orks turn 2. 1 unit of Terminators has been wiped out, and Fluffy there can't fall back and charge. He's locked up with those bikes, but he should be okay to wipe those bikes out. You have got an additional 5 points for Blood and Guts, and you're ditching the other orders. So it's 15 points to 20 in favour of the Death Guard. I'm only winning by 5 points. And locked up there, the Hauler locked up here again. I do have a morale to take over here, and I need a 1 to pass it. But I could spend my last 2 CP to keep him sticking around, but what does that gain me? 2 CP. He's still scoring that anyway. So I'll roll for it. And he succumbs to his injuries. He doesn't run away. He succumbs to his injuries, but I'm still on that objective down there. So 15 points to 10, but I believe I'm on more than you. I'm on 1, 2, 3. So we'll get 10 points at the start of my turn for bringing on the primaries. But it's still a very close game as we go on to Death Guard, turn 3. So here are the orders for the end of all things. I need to do an action in the middle of the board. Isn't going to happen. Secure No Man's Land, any 3 objectives. I've got, I think it's 2 in No Man's Land. 2 more objectives in No Man's Land. Have to take a look at that in a minute. And because your Beast Snagger boss on a Snaggosaurus died, I have got no prisoners, making it 15 to 25. And then I've got to capture an enemy outpost. Here we are after my movement phase, and it was at this point I remembered I had Miasma of Pestilence and Putrescent Fire. But anyway, you did so many wounds, you would have overkilled them anyway, and you didn't wound Fluffy. So it kind of cancelled out. Operation Kill the Big Stuff in the middle has been a success. So now it is Operation Kill Ghazghkull Thraka.
Oh dear.
I can't capture the enemy outpost all the way over there, and I can't do the other one, the action in the middle of the board, because they're within 6 inches. But I can secure No Man's Land by having 2 objectives on No Man's Land, and you kept a tempting target in your hand, because all you need to do is drive 2 of these down here, and you'll get the 5 points for a tempting target. But yeah, these Plague Marines are going to sell their souls to try and take down Ghazghkull Thraka in 1 round. He can only take 4 wounds per phase, so I need to hurt him in every single phase. Of course, Fluffy staying in his happy place next to those bikers there, but he will start off this. He'll miasma himself again. He miasmas himself again. He is now -1 to hit. Would you like to try and deny it?
Yeah, may as well.
You need a 7. You don't deny it. We need to remember that. Put a little M next to him. The things that were hitting him anyway were -1 to hit, the claws and stuff. So, okay, next up. Putrescent Vitality. I don't know how tough Ghazghkull Thraka is. I don't even know if it's worth making them tougher, because he's strength a bajillion. They're strength 5. 1 minute. Sorry, they're strength 4. I can get them up to strength 5. He's toughness 7. He'll drop toughness 6. Is there a flail in that squad? There is a fist in that squad. Putrescent vitality won't even help me. But it might help me to some... so I'll throw it back at that unit instead, because it doesn't help them. And that passes. Would you like to try to deny that? That unit are a bit tougher. Waiting for the smite? I would. And that's a pass. And you need a 4. You denied it. You needed a 5. I got a 5, you got a 6, you denied it. That means Operation Kill Ghazghkull Thraka in 1 turn is going to fail, because I can only get 4 wounds off him in the shooting phase and fight phase. But we started, so let's continue. In the shooting phase, they're going to fire everything point blank range into Ghazghkull Thraka. Here is the Blight Launcher. They both hit. You're toughness 6 right now, and I'm strength 6, so I will wound at -2 damage on the old Thraka boy.
4 up in buns.
And 2 damage, so feel no pains.
Yep.
He feels a bit of pain. He takes a wound. Let's overcook the plasma. And it hits both times. And it wounds once. 4 up and run. He makes that. Okay. 10 shots of the bolt gun variety. He's a big target. How do I miss that many times? He stood right in front of me. No wounds. Okay. Let's fire drone number 1 into him. I hit him that many times. Strength 6, toughness 6 because of contagion.
Yep.
So 4s to wound. Reroll the 1s. 3 4+ invulnerable save, sir. Ooh, 2 damage each. So that is 5 feel no pains. 4 feel no pains, sorry. He only takes 1 more wound. He's taken 2 wounds so far. So I can get 2 more wounds off of him in the shooting phase. Well, I've started, so I'll finish. So drone number 2.
Yes.
Firing down in. 5 hits. See, contagion comes from them, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 wounds. He can't save all of these, can he?
Maybe?
No, he can't. And then he's got a chunk of feel no pains to make. 5s. And that's the 4 wounds in the shooting phase. I think I've just made him angry, because I know as he goes down bracket, he gets more attacks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, his movement goes down, but his fights go up. Right, kill rigs are toughness 8, I think.
Yes.
Toughness 7 because of contagion from Fluffy. And all I've got left to fire is lots of bolt guns and a bit of plasma. And that's the only viable target because I can't fire into the bikes. So let's do that. Lots of Dakka later. The Orks certainly loved it.
Yep.
I did 1 wound to the kill rig. And that is the end of the shooting phase. Now the charge phase. Now, you see, the thing is, round here, these brave unit of Plague Marines that lined up to go against Gaz,
yep.
Even if I manage to take all 4 wounds off of him, they're dead, right?
Yep.
So I could stand there, move block you a bit further from getting on. I could just stand there. But you'll kill him. No, I'll charge. No, let's charge him. Let's charge. He charges, they charge. I want the Terminators or the Plague Marines up the table. Terminators are going to do more damage, but that's pretty quick. Maybe all of them? Let's get the Terminators charging over there. And that's an 11. They go charging in as well. And the Terminators make it there. So you haven't got the CP to interrupt.
Nope.
So let's start with Terminators killing some bikes. I'm going to hit them on 3s with a Flail of Corruption. And I'm going to wound them on 3s with a Flail of Corruption as well because of contagions. So 4 at -2. 4 for 6 up saves. And it does 2 damage a time. Killing a bike, putting 1 down to a wound. And then we have axes. Eubotic axes swinging away on 3s, re-rolling 1s as the Demon Prince shouts in their ear. And these will wound on 3s. And re-roll, no re-rolls. Those are all 5 up saves as well. That's another 12. 5 up invulnerable saves. What am I talking about? Invulnerable saves. I got confused by the WoW thing. It's -2, so 6 up saves.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
6s.
Only 4 to get through.
I think they might be dead.
I think they're dead. So I consolidate a bit further. Now we're coming across to the Plague Marines. You have a 2 up save.
Yes.
So There's a strat, I forgot what it's called. 6 to wound, or AP -4. I'll burn that one because I don't need extra attacks. I need to take 4, or do I need extra attacks? I need to take 4 wounds off of you with Plague Knives. Let's spend it on Plague Knives, which means everyone with the Plague Knife gets an extra attack, which includes the Sarge and the guy with the Blight Launcher. So these are the Plague Knives, smacking away on 3s. And trying to dig through Ghazghkull Thraka's meaty hide on 5s, rerolling 1s. It's a plague weapon. And that is 6 at -1. So 6 3-up saves. And then there's a Power Fist to hit him.
Cool. 3s.
He makes 2 of them. Feel no pain?
Yep.
He feels the pain. That's 2 wounds. Now can my champion take the last 2 wounds off of him in this phase? With his Power Fist, he hits twice. My champion will wound him on 3s. I wound him twice. 4 up and duns. No, they can't. But at least he's on 4 wounds remaining. Probably not a good thing, because instead of his base 5 attacks, he's got base 7 attacks now. I don't think the wire is in effect, but that spell is still in effect, and his Warlord trait is still in effect. So, 10 attacks?
10 attacks.
10 attacks. He hits on 2s. Oh, he's injured. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So that's 13 hits at strength 16 right now.
His strength does go lower.
Does it?
Yes.
But it's still
going to be
times
2s.
2. It's still 2s to wound, right? Yeah, that's a lot of wounds. He does 10 wounds at -4 for damage. You know, this is 40 damage worth of wounds right now. Yeah. 40. But at -4, because of Armor of Contempt, I get 6s. There's 7 guys there. I need 4 6s for that squad to live. You ready?
Yes.
4 6s coming up. No 6s whatsoever. They are entirely wiped out. Note to self, do not charge Ghazghkull Thraka with a unit of Plague Marines, or pretty much anything. Do you want him to pile in or consolidate or anything like that?
Yeah, he will.
Okay. Well, that is the end of my turn 3. I've secured No Man's Land. And I think I'm ditched those other 2 cards. So the battle lines are drawn. The Death Guard are down this end of the battle grid, kind of as if they sort of shifted that way because there was a big Ghazghkull Thraka coming from the other direction. And what you've got left is a bunch of characters. I mean, character.
Yep.
They're all very killy. And the bikes over here, the tracks that can zip round and get that tempting target. But what are the other orders bellowed from Ghazghkull Thraka in Orks? Turn 3. Gaz still wants that tempting target and he yells, bring it down, which will be one of the plague drones, killed the biggest thing on the battle grid. And it looks like someone's going to be raising a banner somewhere, building an Ork totem for an extra 5 points in No Man's Land. So bring it down and get to nominate a drone or a drone. This drone's going to get charged by Gaz, so he's dead. So I'll nominate that drone there. So interestingly enough, it's 25 points to 40 when we're adding up everything up, primaries and secondaries. And with a tempting target and bring it down, and complete an action in No Man's Land, yep, it'll be a draw. Yes. You'll get 15 points, making it 40 points to 40, but you will give up psychic power from your weird boy if you wanna. Gaz is coming in like a wrecking ball, the killer rig coming in like a wrecking ball. Let's go on to the psychic phase. We'll start with the kill rig with a cheeky smite. Need a 5. And that's a 5.
Yep.
And I deny you. So no smiting. Your weird boy is raising a banner, an Ork totem over there. So that's an auto 5 points. Now let's shoot some guns. Start off the shooting phase with a kill rig. Everything. Point blank range into Fluffy. So you hit him with a harpoon thing.
Yep, so that's 1 shot.
And it wounds on a 3.
Oh no, the harpoon is, I do need to hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought the auto hitting one.
Was his eyes.
Was his eyes?
His eyes.
We'll do that one first.
Yeah, so he hits.
Okay.
Cool. Strength 9.
Toughness 7.
3s.
And that's a wound. And it's damage more than... Yeah, I need a 5 up and bun. No.
D6.
D6 damage on Fluffy. For 1 damage on Fluffy.
I do not have CP.
You don't have a CP because you gained 1 this turn, but you spent it to recycle an order because they were all bad. Okay.
Harpoon.
Harpoon?
Harpoon.
How many shots with the harpoon?
One.
One shot with a harpoon.
It's a big one. You're a monster, aren't you?
I am a monster.
I get +1 to hit monsters.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We like hunting them. It hits.
It hits.
I don't know what its strength is.
Oh.
1 second.
It's strength 8. Wounds on 3.
Doesn't wound. Lobber.
Lobber. Number of shots.
6. Ooh,
But can anything hit? This danger close next to an Ork vehicle, there should be a rule that some of it hits itself if it misses. Like it fired it straight up in the air or something.
We're not playing Gorka Morka.
No. 5s?
4s.
4s, oh yes. Boom, ba boom, boom, boom.
3 hits.
That's nice. 3s to wound.
Yes. Oh, that was too many dice.
Roll them again. 2 wounds. 3 up saves because of my Warlord traity thing. And that's 2 damage, which becomes 1 damage.
Yeah.
He's down to 5 wounds remaining. He took a lot of shots there. And I just remembered he had miasma and pestilence and all of that being minus his hit.
We're doing good at this.
We're doing really badly at it, but I'm happy it's my fault. I need to remember it. Across to the big boy himself. Firing all the guns into the malignant plaguecaster down by his feet.
Daka daka.
He actually hits this time.
Oh my gosh.
But can he wound?
4s.
He can wound, that'll do.
Very cocked.
Okay. No, he can't wound. And curiously, because the Psycho's doing an action in the middle of the battle grid, we just have the scrap jets. They can shoot at something. There's a juicy plague burst crawler there, but this is a tempting target, and this is bring it down. If you take it down, you get an extra 5 points. Thoughts?
We're going to do the most intelligent move in Warhammer 40k.
Well, your Orks, yeah, brainy.
Split fire.
Yeah, it always works.
Yeah, so we're going to put the wing missiles
Right.
up into
The drone.
The drone.
Right, okay.
So then the rest of the missiles
Yes.
will go into that drone there.
All the DACA down into this drone over here.
And we may as well put the big shooters into it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. So 3 shots into the drone with the wing missiles?
Yeah. On 4s, because that is a vehicle.
Okay. It hits once.
Toughness 7?
Yes.
Strength 8.
5 of them done.
You're fine.
I'm good. The missiles just bounce.
Dang it.
Let's bring it down. You should have right.
Charge it.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to kill it with the charging, are you? You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5 inches you can charge. The other shots will go in where?
They're going into that blight hauler there.
The other one?
Yes.
Okay. Number of shots, 3d3 each. Absolute firework display. Here we go, one more time. Rockets firing wildly everywhere.
5s.
And some of them even hitting. Which you win on 3s. And 2 of them managed to wound.
3 managed to win.
Oh, 3 managed to wound. And they all get through. And they're 3 damage each, which becomes 2 damage each. But that drone was only on
3 wings.
Yeah, so it blows up. It doesn't blow up. It just crumples. That was good shooting by the Orks there. And there's another plus to you killing that with the rockets.
I don't have to throw 60 dice.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's the end of the shooting phase. Now we're charging. So these are charging into that.
Yep.
And at the end of the charge, it looks like this. 1 inch, 5 inch, and everyone within ½ inch of a half. That works. That is actually a thing. Over here with Thraka. And Thraka can charge both the drone and the Plaguecaster. It's 2 inches combat phase either side of an obstacle like that. So he's going to swing right and swing left. And then Fluffy also gets charged by the kill rig. I do have 2 CP sat over there.
Yes.
But now we fight. But before we do, at the end of the charge phase, you roll a dice for every model in the unit. Because the drills go bzzz through as the drone tries to dodge. You need 4s.
4s.
And you get 2 4s. That's 2d3 mortal wounds on my drone. Here we go. That's 6 more wounds. It's got 3 left. Maybe you will be able to bring it down. Now we fight. And because I've got 2 CP to interrupt, you're going to go first with the kill rig. And I'm definitely remembering -1 to hit now. So we're starting off with the saw blades. That's 6 attacks. And because I'm a monster, +1 to hit.
Yep.
Goes back to 3s anyway.
Yep. Right, 3s.
Ooh. And that is many, that is 7 hits out of 6 attacks.
Lovely.
Winning on 3s.
Yep.
Oh,
Ah.
and it's -2, 2 damage.
Yep.
So I do get 3 up saves because of Rotten Constitution, and it does save me. Now the Savage Horns and Hooves.
Cool. So hitting on 3s again.
Yes. Oh. And then the guys inside, you've got 4 attacks. The guys
the Butcher Boys.
all over the rig, yeah. They hit 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to wound on 5s.
5s.
They wound twice, that's really good.
Yeah.
And they take a wound.
Bloody hell.
Take a wound off of Fluffy. Now I could pay to interrupt. My Malignant Playcaster does D3 damage with his staff.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a chance. It's got to be done. I got 4 attacks and I hit on 3s at strength 7. You're toughness 7, but toughness 6. So it's 3s to hit you, 3s to wound you, D3 damage a time. You ready?
No.
Can my Malignant Playcaster be a hero? 3s. He hits 3 times. That's enough. Gonna wound you on 3s. I think I reroll 1s. I think it's a plague weapon. Well, 2 get through. 2 3-up saves.
Still can do it.
I can still do it.
Can still do it.
If you fail both of your saves, please. I can't do it. It was a noble effort. So Gaz can now thrash out. So Gaz is angry. Where are you putting his attacks?
So we've got 6 going into the Blight Drone and 2 going into your Malignant Playcaster.
Okay, just 2.
Just 2?
But say you fluff it. Say you need more than that.
It's 4 damage each, man.
But he's got 4 wounds.
Well,
you need to do...
you know the stories about Makari being extra lucky?
Yeah.
He stabbed a Deathwing captain to death.
Did he?
Yeah.
Makari?
Yeah.
Never happened.
Yeah, it did.
Not Deathwing, they never die.
Yeah, they do.
They've got transhuman. Okay, right.
So 6 attacks first, going into
The drone.
The drone. So
2s.
2s.
That's 7 hits out of 6 attacks.
Lovely.
Yeah, strength 14 minimum. Toughness 7, 2s to wound.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so 6 wounds. Yes?
No, it's 3s to wound.
Why?
Because he's only strength 5 now.
Oh.
Strength 6 on the charm.
Oh, yeah, because he's wounded.
Yeah.
But he gets more attacks, but his strength goes down.
Yes.
So these are 5 up and buns.
Yep.
You're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
That 4 damage becomes
3.
That's 6 damage.
Yep.
The drone's on 3 left.
Yep.
It's still alive.
Damn it.
Now you can put the 2 attacks into the Malignant Playcaster. And you hit both times. 2s to wound.
2s.
Now if I boxcars this, if I get 1/6, the Playcaster's alive.
Please don't.
No, the Playcaster's dead.
He's so dead.
Gaz is proving unstoppable here. He was slowed by the haulers once, but he killed one turn, killed one the other turn. Been slowed here 1 more time.
Yeah.
But he's just going through everything like Miley Cyrus, like the wrecking ball he is. Right, over to the Scrapjack Mega Jet Thing Jets.
Megatrack Scrap Jets.
That's, yes.
Even I almost fucked.
Yeah. 3s to hit?
4s to hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
They're a little bit unwieldy, so they are 4s to hit base.
Because, okay, it's hard to hit stuff when you're leaning out of a car door waving a big chopper.
Yes, but it's their noses.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
So, 4s.
4s. 6s explode.
Yep.
Strength 9 on the charge. 3s to wound. Okay, it's -2.
Yep.
So 8 4-up saves.
Yep.
It's dead. And that's D3 damage a time anyway. And it blows up. It finally blows up. I wouldn't even bother putting a mortal... they're not going to take any more damage the rest of the game.
Nah.
That is Bring It Down. That is a tempting target. You have raised the banner around here. The drone probes you with his plague probe. Probes Gaz and wounds Gaz on 4s. That's 2 at -2. Oh, I hurt him. 5 at Feel Pain?
Yes.
Gaz didn't like the probing. He's down to 3 wounds remaining.
Nobody likes probing.
No, well, Fluffy likes a good probe every now and then. With the plague, he will hit your kill rig back. You ready?
No.
He hits on 2s. He is a demon prince, and he is strength 8 or 9. Regardless, your toughness 7 because it's contagion.
Yeah.
So I'm wounding you on 3s. And a reroll all fail wounds. And that's -3. So you need to make 6 sixes, and each does 3 damage. He has a potential to one-shot the kill rig here. Fluffy one-shots the kill rig. What a boss. Does it go kaboom boom?
No.
Negative. He just chops it apart and devours the orcs on the inside. So with Fluffy clearing the middle and Gaz clearing away everything in front of him, and Pixel Reaper maxing out his secondaries that turn, it is 40 points each as we head to turn 4. At the start of my turn, it turns out I'm on 0 objectives because Gaz and the good boy... At the start of my turn, it turns out I'm on 0 objectives. 0 objectives. Gaz and the gang have pushed me off of all of them. So at 40 points each, I can't hold the line. Gaz is all over my deployment zone, and Makari. Kill 3 units with guns. That's highly unlikely as well. But deploy Teleport Homer, get in the enemy deployment zone, and slap a deployment. I could probably do that. So it's 40 points each. It's such a close game. And it's been such a brutal game, there's hardly anything left. I mean, you've got 4 units left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units left, and that's it. This unit Plague Marines had to advance onto that objective to get up and over there, and the drone fell back. And the only secondary I can score this turn is deploy Teleport Homer. So Fluffy over there is opening a gap to the warp, which means... no psychic this turn as well. I just did a psychic off camera. Put miasma on them, but I can't put miasma on them because he's doing the banner thing. That's what he's definitely doing. What we're going to try and do is kill Gazgul Thraka round 2, because there's no shooting, no nothing. It's just the charge. Here's the Terminators. I have to declare Makari as well because he's right there. But he's got 3 wounds left, Gaz. I'm feeling lucky. Please kill Gaz, please kill Gaz, please kill Gaz. These are all the axes. And these are wound on 4s, because he's a tough old bird, re-rolling 1s. That is 6 wounds. 6. 4 up and vulnerable saves, they're all -2, bug cactus. Okay, you got 4 feel no pains to make. 3 feel no pains to make, sorry.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. He's on 2 wounds remaining. My champion has a sword. He hits all the times, but he'll wound on 5s. He doesn't wound. So it comes down to the flail. Please kill Gas, please kill Gas, please kill Gas. He's got 2 wounds left. 3s to hit. I hit twice?
Yeah.
5s to wound. Damn it. I've got a CP this turn. I've got a CP this turn. I'm going to re-roll that. Damn it!
Yes!
I don't kill Gaz.
Go, come on.
No.
Come on.
Gaz has got 8 attacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here he does.
Yeah. Re-rolling. With the explosion. So everything hits. You'll wound on 2s.
Yep. Come on, Gazzy.
9 wounds. 7 wounds, sorry. 4 up and vulnerable saves. Or dead Terminators.
Yep.
Isn't that 7 wounds?
That is 7 wounds.
Brilliant. The blessed number. I'll pass every single 4 up. Apart from those 2. Which means only 2 Terminators fell. And then Makari gets to snag out with his snaggy thing.
He's going to stab you.
He misses. No, no.
He's a character. He's goth character.
Is he?
Character. No.
No. I don't have to take morale at least. Take the axe away. Take the axe away. That's the end of my turn 4. I'm doing a thing.
Yes.
It's 45 points to 40.
Yep.
I'm on 1. How close is that objective to Gaz? Because right now you could be on more than me. Oh, 1, 2, 3. You've got 2. I do control that objective. I've got more models in range of that objective than you. So you'll get 5.
Yep.
Which means it's 45 points each. As we head to Orks, turn 4. At 45 points each, Gaz takes a step back. His claw is tired. He's tired. He's been hit quite a few times.
He got hit so hard, but he got pushed back.
He got pushed back. That's what it is. He hasn't fallen back.
He doesn't run away. He got pushed back.
He got pushed back. But you are securing no man's land for being on these 2 objectives here. And if you manage to capture the enemy outpost, you'll be even further in the lead. Starting off with a cheeky smite from the weird boy. And that's a pass. Fluffy is in range and doesn't deny. It doesn't beat you. This is D3, mortal wounds on the Terminators.
The big 3.
That kills one. This is important because you've got 2 models there.
Yeah.
If you get them down to 1 remaining, you will steal that objective off of me. Obviously, Gaz can't charge, can't do anything. He's been knocked back. But we have 60 shots coming in.
Yeah.
All the DACA.
Yeah.
And all the rockets from the tractors. The tractors? What are they called?
Mega Track Scrapjacks.
Oh, I'll never get that name. 93 plus 3 rockets coming in hot. How many rockets?
Lots.
That many. How many shots?
26 total.
26.
26 rockets.
That sounds like 20 too many.
Yeah.
Can any hit though?
Maybe.
On 5s? No, it was number hit.
I'm
blessed.
This is like the weakest amount they've shot all game.
Yeah.
Right, so 3s to wound you.
But they actually wound a few times this time. They're -2, right?
Yep.
So I need 3 up saves because of Armor of Contempt. Each doing 3 damage, which becomes 2 damage. So 3s. 1's on a wound. And now we've got 60?
60.
Dackers. A bajillion dice rolls later. This is the wounds that came in. And that kills the injured one. And kills another one. And puts one down to 2 wounds.
Damn it!
And with 2 Terminators left on that objective, it is contested. You haven't captured it. But you're 5 points in the lead currently for secure no man's land, and they need a morale.
Yeah.
And I took the sergeant out because he's got a sword, and the other dudes have got axes.
Yeah.
So if I roll a 6, you do capture that one for morale. You ready?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I'm okay. No. So as we head into the end game, the Orks are in the lead finally. I will only get 5 points for being on this objective here, making it 50 points each at the start of my turn. But remember, you get 5 points per objective that you control at the end of the game, and the only 2 objectives I'm anywhere near is this one and this one. So it's all about the secondaries, and all about our ability to score them, and all about whether I can take on Ghazghkull Thraka as we head on to Death Card turn 5. Right, grind them down, kill more units than you kill of mine by the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
Assassination, kill Gaz or your weird boy, and defend Stronghold. Basically, I really need to kill Gaz. So let's try and kill Gaz. The Plague Marines have to stay on that objective there. Fluffy advances round so he can smite, and that's a 10, that's a smite. Trying to deny. 11 denies it, because the smite would have hit Makari and I need him dead. That's an assassination target. So the drone is going to shoot everything it can at Ghazghkull Thraka and try and kill him with guns. I kill Gaz, clamber all over that objective, try and defend my stronghold, and then we'll see what orders come out for Pixel Reaper. And it's really, really close. I hit 3 times. Reroll the 1s. 1 wound. It's now or never to CP. Because I did get one. But I could make them hit on 2s in close combat. Nope, I'm not going to CP it. 50-50 chance.
4 up or death.
That's 2 damage. So he's got 2 shrugs or death. To keep Ghazghkull Thraka alive. He's dead. He's dead.
The beast goes down.
The beast is fallen. Then Makari gets charged and gets hit by a flail, which will wound him on 2s. And he has lots of 2 up and vulnerable saves because he's really, really lucky. And the brains behind the organisation, let's put it that way.
So we have to do this one at a time.
Okay.
Because after it fails, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Okay.
So, 2.
Yes. Oh,
it's gone.
It's gone. Ghazghkull falls and his luck changes, and in fact that is the end of my turn. So that leaves me with 20 on the primaries, 35 on the secondaries. That is the end of my turn. But if I defend this stronghold by the end of the game, that's another 5 points. And I killed 2 units because Gaz and Makara. So unless you kill 2 whole units, I'll also get extra points for grind them down. And at the start of your battle round, you're not on more than me. So as we go into the very last turn of the game, it's 55 points so far.
Yeah.
I've got a potential 10 points sat there, plus another 10 points for being on these two objectives here. We need to find out what your orders are.
Yeah.
Can this weird boy who got shot at the beginning of the game bark out some decent orders for you? Or is all lost now? Ghazghkull Thraka has gone bye-bye. Gone bye-bye? I have no idea where that one came from. He's been chopped up a little bit, but don't worry, they have the technology to glue him back together again.
I mean, he came back from the dead by just a head.
Yeah, he's been chopped up a few times.
Yeah.
Here are the orders. Investigate site you can't do, because Fluffy's there. Behind enemy lines and hold the line. Well, you're automatically holding the line because there's no enemy units in your deployment zone. That's 5 points. And get behind enemy lines with 2 units. You can't do that either. So, because you can get 5 and I can get 10 for defending stronghold and grinding them down, it's all about killing this.
Yep.
If you can stop me defending my stronghold and you score that objective instead of me, you'll get 10, I'll get 5, you'll win. You got to kill the Terminators as we go on to Orks turn 5. So in the movement phase, the scrapjets head straight down for the end of all things home objective. And you're going to smite?
Yes.
On 1 wound left?
Yep.
This could go horribly wrong.
No guts, no glory.
Okay, I love it. Good luck. And that's a pass. I'll try and deny. I deny it, but at least your head doesn't blow off because you'd have lost 5 points.
Yep.
And then the guns. What do we do in the guns with the scrapjets?
Everything into
the Terminators.
The Terminators.
Okay.
Everything.
Everything. Number of shots with all the rockets. D3 a time plus the 3. Hit on 5s. Only 5 hits, which is about right for the maths. Wounding on 3s. Okay, 3 wounds. 3 up saves. I fail 1. 1 was on 2 wounds. He gets wiped out. And 1 Terminator is about to face 60 Daka shots. To his back, no less. Right, we're going to show it on camera, because this could actually win or lose you the game.
It could.
Yeah. These are the ones hitting on 4s.
Yeah, so Grots.
Yes. Grot gunners going ham. That's, that looks good.
Yes.
That's a nervous laugh.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Nope.
17 hits so far. And then these are the Orks. Hitting on 5s.
More Daka.
Daka. 26 hits.
Yeah.
Forced to wound. This should be at least 13 wounds.
Come on.
Alright, 13 wounds came through. 13 2-up saves. He's got 3 wounds.
Yeah.
He's got 2 wounds remaining. He's still alive. It's not over. Now you charge. Just charging the Terminator. You want him dead. End of the charge phase. Before piling in, it looks like this. Mortal wounds as you drill on the charge. And he's dead. Drilled to the face, turn to paste, and then you pile in, and there are 2 models on that objective.
Yeah.
And only 1 of mine.
Yeah.
Which means you score it, which means I haven't defended it, which means at the very end of the game you get 10 points for being on 2 objectives, and I only get 5 for being on 1.
Yeah.
So we both get 20 on the primaries. I did get grind them down. You do get hold the line, which means we're exactly drawn.
Yeah.
On the primaries and the secondaries. But that last ditch move to steal 5 more points off of me at the end has won the Orks the game. And this is the way the world ends. So with a final score of 75 to 80, adding on the painting standard, it is a victory for the Goths and a Ghazghkull Thraka and a victory for Pixel Reaper. How was it for you?
Bloody hell, that was very tense. I was always 1 step behind. So
you were shaking towards the end a little bit.
I'm still shaking a little bit.
Nice.
My hand's shaking.
Always 1 step behind until the very last ditchy thing. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, as I say, the scrapjets, they're no joke when they get in.
They are absolutely no joke, aren't they? They can do proper damage on the charge. They've got lots of shooty. You kept, they won it. What about Gaz? Is Gaz a good guy to take? Do you like Gaz?
So if you're running, I believe that the speed war thing is the best way to run them.
Yes.
However, if you're going to want to run anything sort of a little bit experimental, a little bit out there, like with boys and stuff, run Gaz.
Run Gaz.
He is the definition of a distraction Carnifex. Everybody looks at him and goes, oh God, how do I deal with this?
Yeah, well, he got through 2 Blade Burst Crawlers, a drone, 10 Poxwalkers, 7 Plague Marines, like they weren't even there.
Yeah.
The only thing he bounced off of was the Terminators at the end, but by that point his arm was getting very tired.
Yeah. Yeah, he was getting a little bit rusty in the old metal there.
That's an absolutely brutal game. You've got a weird boy on 1 wound and these scrap checks left. I've got a drone on 3 wounds, Fluffy on 4, and a unit of Plague Marines. It was one of the most brutal games of Warhammer 40k I've played for some time, and that was really good fun.
Yeah, it was excellent fun.
Really good fun. So thank you for coming down.
Yeah.
Check out Dice and Dagger's YouTube channel. You're a young and upcoming lad.
Yes.
So water him with likes and subscriptions and things.
Please do.
I like the cheese shop, by the way.
Thank you. I thought it was appropriate. Daka.
It's very appropriate, yeah. I love it. Battle Map by UrbanMats.com, scenery by UrbanMats.com. If you'd like to support me, then you can become a channel member for extra videos, or you can come join us in the deployment zone at www.tv. So lots of different ways you can support me. Other than that, hope you enjoyed this battle report. Happy wargaming.